they're going to do is surgery and put a pig heart in her, so we're going to the ranch to pick out a hog.
Amanda Gets a Job, Part 2. This is a continuation of Part 1, which was folded into the last video. If you haven't seen those previous Amanda videos, yeah, they pretty much all bangers. Playlist link in the description. Thanks so much. When we last left off, Amanda had managed to get into my room on my day off, upsetting my roommates in the process. After I heard how Amanda acted in my absence, I'm basically apologizing for Amanda's behavior, and we're all settling in for the night. And then there's a knock at the door. Oh gosh, who could it be? Someone opens it, horror movie style. Don't open the door! And there stands Amanda. She's now on nearly 5 days in the same uniform.
A smelly smell that smells smelly.
And her eyes are glistening angrily over a set of pit stains. Immediately, she blows into a fit that no one had picked her up. There's a back and forth assignment as someone explains that of course no one did, because you don't live here. She really wants to she's a parasite, dude. Please find somewhere else to live. Please find like anywhere else to be.
I am the one who knocks.
Amanda is stomping. She's complaining. She's upset that people left her behind. She says it's obvious that I'm the only person there who's her friend, which was in fact true. She then realizes that there's no vacant bed and she'll be spending another night on the bare floor, which causes yet another ruckus. Dude, just take her aside really quietly and be like, look, nobody wants you here. I'm sorry, you need to find somewhere else to go. And then maybe you lose the friendship or something, but even then, what have you lost, really? I'm trying to calm her down as I'm trying to placate my roommates, and then something happens that instantly changes Amanda's tune. Over in the corner, someone had brought their laptop and had hooked it up to a phone line in order to get onto the internet. Suddenly, Amanda is begging the owner to just let her use it. She had to check her email. She had no email at home, and so she had to check what class sign-up started for the week and to contact the professor. The roommate relents, mostly to shut up Amanda, and everyone crashes out to sleep. You know that's why she is this way, because people bend and fold when she throws a tantrum. Real life is gonna hit her real hard. So my alarm goes off and I drowsily sit up, only to see Amanda still crouched over the laptop in the corner. My precious! Hopes that she had just relogged into it were, of course, in vain. No, she had spent the whole night there using the laptop. When the laptop owner realized, he was furious and unplugged it. That's like electronics addiction, right? Doesn't she have to work tomorrow? Jesus. Amanda stood up, drowsy yet sated looking. Someone was making coffee, and she proceeded to down cup after cup that are fixed equal parts cream, sugar, and coffee. Ew. She snags a donut for good measure. Someone points out that by this point, she'd basically spent a week there without contributing anything. She should have to put in a share for rent, and she should also have to put into the food budget jar. Amanda looked upset, and when she goes to the bathroom, I hand the roommates extra money with apologies. By this point, I'm figuring if I don't act, I'm gonna get kicked out of this room as well. OP, that was your out. Don't give them money. Make them all confront Amanda and let nature take its course, no? Then again, I guess stuff like that is why Amanda has clung to OP for this long. Anyway, we drive to work, windows open, because Amanda stinks. I'm explaining the whole way that she owes us money, and she's saying, to me and ignoring it completely. Obviously, I'm not getting anywhere this way, so over lunch break, I act. I call up her mother at work at the hospital and explain the situation. All of it. The mooching, the terrible hygiene, the recycled clothes. The mom is silent and then says that she will handle things. So that night, when Amanda comes out to the car, I was already there with her mother. The next morning was Amanda's day off, and we ended up going to an all-night diner and having a little intervention. It was rough because by this point, Amanda was at a freak-out point from no sleep and was literally itching during our talk. And you thought she couldn't control her emotions before. You should see her running on no sleep. It's gonna be a meltdown. It turns out that Amanda had just planned to continue to weasel her way into my room for the rest of the summer. Her plan was that by not paying for a room, she would have less out-of-pocket expenses. Likewise, she had only got the one uniform because by not buying more, she was saving money. And the uniform would last longer because it wouldn't fade in the wash. God, dude. You're gonna look like Pigpen by the end. You're gonna smell. She was also apparently eating only the purloined bagels and donuts, plus candy bars and ramen from the vending machine to save even more money. Wow. I'm making so much money by selling out my own health and well-being. Although I guess Nikado Avocado does it. It's fine. It's fine. Amanda's mom puts her foot down at this point. She gives me money to buy Amanda a few more uniforms the next day, plus to pay out for the money that I gave to my roommates, saying that she will make sure that Amanda pays her back. You know, Amanda's parents really have always been at least slightly on point. The problems we're having here all boil down to Amanda herself. Meanwhile, she says Amanda will have to go find some legitimate housing, and if she can't, then she'll have to pay her parents and grandparents to shuttle her back and forth to work at $1 a mile. Furthermore, she isn't allowed in my room ever for any reason. The last obviously upset Amanda the most, and she started to whine that, "Mom, they have internet!" Yeah, you got your priorities straight. Of course, all of this fell on deaf ears. I got Amanda her uniforms and found someone with an open room in the same building that I was in, and I made arrangements. Bro, you're still holding Amanda's hand all through this. Although I guess it makes sense. If the mom gave Amanda the money, that ain't gonna turn into uniforms. It's gonna turn into candy bars.
Candy bar.
So Amanda showed up to her next work day, grumpy that she had to pay her mom back for an air mattress, but at least she was clean and well rested. I will say that some money had gone missing from the food jar, but there were 5 people in the room and little things went missing later that summer, so I don't want to jump to accusing Amanda. That's big of you, OP. Doesn't really mean much except maybe you had 2 thieves. We know how Amanda is by this point. If she had the opportunity, she would have. I even continued to shuttle Amanda back and forth to work, and things calmed down. Her new roommates were drinkers, and I don't think her behavior stood out. We'd talk our way back to the rooms, occasionally stopping for food. It came about during this time that Amanda had 0 clue about how much things cost. She's gotta be, like, developmentally impaired in some way. Whether that's just emotional or, like, inside her brain, I'm still not sure. But how do you know this little about the world? Haven't you been existing in it the whole time? So 2 weeks into her job, she asked if her paycheck would be enough to buy a new car. No. I stared at her and said she might be able to get a beater and like another paycheck. Remember, she still owed her parents money. But a new car? Yeah, she probably couldn't pay out for that even if she worked the entire summer. Even in 2003, minimum wage wasn't high roller money. Yeah, even back in the 50s. You're paying a nickel for a malt, but you only get 30 cents a day. It's probably all wrong. This seriously upset her, of course. And then when she got her first paycheck, she was horrified. I ended up sitting down with her and figuring out exactly how much she would make all summer after taxes. It obviously fell far from her expectations. I don't know what to tell you, Amanda. Your time, it ain't worth that much, honestly. We would all vent about this job, but Amanda was surprisingly quiet. Maybe because she realized that we all had more physically demanding jobs than she did. One night, some of us were complaining about the fact that our water bottles weren't filled regularly and we were dehydrated. Amanda laughed and said, "That's why she liked her job. Unlimited soda." No. She was selling bottled drinks. She wasn't allowed to just take them. She laughed it off. You are going to get fired in short order. First inventory check is over. And indeed, a week later, she was fired for theft. Oh, it's so good, dude. I love this series. Her parents forced her to job hunt, and she took a job flipping burgers. She constantly complained about it, and she was furious that her mom and I had made her buy uniforms when she quit after a month. Plus, every day I had off work, she would call and ask to use my internet. Get a library card, stupid. What are you doing? Considering that my roommate had been horrified at what he found in her browser history after Amanda had used his computer, although he wouldn't tell me exactly what it was, I had to constantly find reasons that she couldn't. Again, just one honest conversation, okay? My bro doesn't like Futanari in his browser history. That's why she can't use the library, I guess. God, she really is just terrible. And so we rolled into fall semester of my sophomore year, where Amanda contemplates transferring. I'm absolutely shocked at Amanda's audacity. She's like, I deserve a car after a week of work, right? And I also get to drink all the sodas I want? Are you really this disconnected from reality? I mean, obviously the answer's yes, but it's still always shocking to see it in action, so let's see it in action even further as we get into yet another part. Amanda tries to transfer. Another installment of the life and times of a legbeard that I grew up with, Amanda. By now, we are through a year of college. Amanda has, sorta held a job and also been fired from it, and then she has gone to go flip burgers for the summer. You know Amanda gonna burn them burgers, right? At the end of the summer, Amanda was looking forward to getting back to college, not for the actual college part, but for internet connectivity! Isn't the college monitoring what you do online too? I was looking forward to the end of a summer dealing with amusement park patrons, and so we went our respective ways. Somehow it took less than a week or two for Amanda to seriously lock horns with someone at school. I still don't really know what happened, but suddenly she was messaging me rage-filled things about how everyone at school is terrible and mean to her and they're generally not good people. She despised everyone at college and she wanted out. Well, good news, Amanda, because everybody wants you out. So just leave.
You need to leave!
I had been, at this point, talking pretty positively about my experience, so at some point, Amanda started thinking about transferring to Penn State.
No. Wait.
Her parents, she said, were on board. Oh, God. And frankly, I didn't think that it was a bad idea. OP, what? The summer working and flipping burgers had been a humbling experience for Amanda, it seemed. Perhaps a fresh start with new people was exactly what she needed. Bro, what the actual hell? No! Stop it! Plus, the main campus is huge with a ton of people. She could probably find someone to click with there, and the school was big enough that she wouldn't get a bad reputation. Do you not realize she's gonna attach herself to your hip? This is so terrible. I started sending her links to clubs and activities that would appeal to her. There were others drawing anime art, there was a campus band, of course, and there were also pickup soccer games. All things that I knew had appealed to her, at least at some point in the past. She started to get excited. Ah, bless your heart, OP, that's all I can say. You've really underestimated the abilities of a legbeard. Amanda's parents also came out for the homecoming game that year. bringing Amanda and Amanda's siblings. I didn't go to the game, but I rescued Amanda. Her dad could get really macho dad. Oh, we're doing sports stuff with her bros. I'm sports demon, whoa. I took her around campus real quick, showing off the hot spots. I could tell she was overwhelmed. This campus was hugely bigger than her home campus, and she got lost on her home campus. It's not a good idea. I don't know how many times I can say it. She went to the student activities in the hub and ended up going on a flight simulator and doing some crafts before returning to her parents' hotel. A flight simulator, bro? What you doing? I'm thinking about transferring to Penn State too. I went to breakfast with her family the next day, and Amanda was thrilled with the whole thing. She kept talking about how much more there was to do at Penn State, and all the things she wanted to try. Her parents were really excited too, because it looked like Amanda was finally coming out of her shell. The whole weekend, Amanda was so damn normal that I was really happy too. Okay, I guess we gotta learn this lesson the really hard way. Buckle in!
Seatbelts, everyone!
We arranged for her to take a bus back on a Thursday evening to meet with an advisor on campus, and then stay with me for the weekend and head home on Sunday. Thursday night, Amanda crashed to sleep pretty much immediately. The next day, I said she should tag along with me to some classes, and then I'd go with her to her advisor. Now, as I said, this is a big campus, and Amanda was used to small, conversational classrooms. That Friday, both of my classes were introduction courses, which were huge. One was in the forum, which sat 300, I believe, and the other was in an even bigger classroom. Amanda just sat down next to me in shock. She started whispering to me, saying that in her classes, she would correct the professor about this or that. Good, at least she has some shame now. I don't know where that came from, but hold on to that. Yes, I hope you never get comfortable enough to correct the professor. This was a lecture. No correcting was going to happen. So Amanda took to ripping pages from my notebooks and scrawling notes that I was supposed to email the professor after class. Bro. Way to flunk. That professor's gonna be out to get Amanda in no time flat. Half of these notes were really such stupid questions that I just quickly and silently corrected her from my textbook. Then we headed over to see an advisor. As we walked up to the door where the offices were, Amanda whirled around and said, "She didn't need me. She could handle this solo." Then closed the originally open door in my face. "No one gets in to see the wizard. No way, no how." "But sir, I'm trying to sign up for college."
That's a horse of a different color!
I shrugged, went and got coffee, and worked on schoolwork outside of the building. What was said to the advisor will ne'er be known, but Amanda did not like it. She did not like it one bit. And from that moment on, her love of Penn State diminished. The advisor probably saw Amanda and was just like, "Look, we don't want you here, okay? If you apply, you're going to be denied." Look at you, you're a mess. We went to get food in the hub, which was now too big and too noisy. The art installation was ugly and stupid. Everyone had Greek letters or Penn State stuff on, which was hysterically true. The guys here were ugly, and she wouldn't date any of them anyways. Any of the thousands of male students. Let's be honest, Amanda, you would pick up any scrap, any crumb that you could get. She questioned how you could possibly find someone here. Apparently, the campus wasn't set up for her stalking standards, and she laughed at the fact that we had cows on campus. Yeah, pigs only, I guess. Then she started asking about some of Penn State's reputation. After all, weren't we a party school? Why had I taken her to a school-mandated function the last night? Weren't there huge parties here? Well, yeah, but the previous time she was with her parents, and it didn't seem wise to return her a drunken mess. She accepted that, but insisted that I take her out tonight so she can get a sense of the real Penn State atmosphere. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I ended up taking Amanda to the frat party. Oh God, dude. What are those nights called? The pig party? Everybody's going out and going pigging? I'm pretty sure OP is gonna win. She brought the fattest girl. Congratulations! No, really, it is mean-spirited and terrible, but also, it's kind of funny. I only want to dunk on somebody who has a bad personality. I'll never bash you for your looks until I get a glimpse at your soul. And I know Amanda inside and out by now. Wait, not that. I didn't bang a legbeard, bro! Check out the T-shirt on Teespring. Thanks so much. Yeah, sure, we'll end it with a plug. We'll get in the next story. I want to see how that goes. I'm morbidly curious. Amanda goes to a party. Oh boy. The ongoing saga of the girl I grew up with, the pathological liar and wannabe, Amanda. In this tale, Amanda had visited my college thinking that she would transfer. She quickly changed her mind, but she did want to go to a party. Maybe Amanda's gonna find Chris Trucker at the party. Maybe this is how the universe ends. I can't see anybody else paying any attention to her ever. She's just gonna make it real awkward and cringe, and honestly, I'm thirsty for that. So I found myself taking Amanda to a frat party. There were some girls that I knew going, and it seemed like a good choice because this was a more laid-back fraternity. I knew some of the guys, and a few of the girls who would be there were dating brothers. Saturday night was going to be a huge party, so for Friday they had decided to have a much smaller, closed get-together. It seemed like good party training wheels for Amanda. And she's still gonna fall on her face. She was thrilled to be going, of course, and when Amanda was happy and getting her way, she did tend to be quite normal. All through dinner, she chatted about the upcoming party, and I was getting the uncomfortable feeling that she had never been to a college party before. Yeah, after shutting herself in a room and eating nothing but sandwiches, not even knowing where the student union is on campus. What was your first clue? All of her talk was quite hypothetical and kind of childish. Do you think there will be guys there who want to make out? That sort of thing. Didn't you just say that you would date none of these dudes? I guess making out ain't the same thing. Cope however you need to, Amanda. As she got more excited, I gave in to my mounting dread. I volunteered to mother hen. Basically, you stay sober and get everyone home unless they said otherwise at the beginning of the night. Take care of anyone who gets too drunk, cut people off if necessary, call a cab if they can't walk. Because this was a smaller, closed party, this would normally be an easy job, but I realized that I would basically be babysitting Amanda, which made things more complicated. I don't call it Mother Hen. I say Sir Buzz Killington. You are Sir Buzz Killington tonight. Sir, haven't you had enough? Nothing Amanda had packed was really party wear, so I begged some clothes off of a friend. Amanda smeared on her makeup with a skill level that obviously hadn't progressed at all from high school. Her hair was still cut in a straight chin-length thing with no real body or layers. She hairsprayed it heavily until it was simultaneously limp and helmet-like. This is horrible, dude. Why are you walking around looking like Dennis the Menace? With trepidation in my heart, we stepped out to our first stop of the evening. We stopped by a friend's apartment to pick her up and pregame with a little bit of wine. Amanda balked when we offered her a drink and sat slouched down, dejected looking on the couch. Things were obviously not going as she had wished. Bro, what did you expect? At the frat, because it wasn't an open party, they had a brother at the door acting as a bouncer. We walked up as he was telling someone that they weren't allowed in and said to hit up another party instead. As I said, we knew a ton of the brothers, so he just sort of smiled and waved us into the party. For whatever reason, though, Amanda decided to pick a fight with this guy, getting loud and in his face that she was with me, and I was a student there, and what kind of frat would let people into party? I pulled her inside, apologizing, and said that, yeah, she was with me, and she's not from around here. Make no excuses. Just be like, yeah, she's a social cripple. I'm sorry. I wouldn't even say I'm sorry. I'll make Amanda say she's sorry. In the basement, music was playing. People were milling about, talking. We were some of the first girls there, and it was fairly laid back. A few of the girls I was with went to see some people that they knew and fetch some drinks. Amanda just sort of stared around the place as though she was in an alien landscape, which she basically was. I decided to take her around and introduce her to people, hoping that maybe that would help her open up. Instead, she was just inexplicably angry at me for knowing people, and that I was shoving it in her face that I knew everyone. Jesus Christ. I don't know how to fix this. There is no fixing this. Finally, I just ended up talking to some friends, Amanda standing there glaring behind me. Dude, go home. What is wrong with you? At some point, she did decide that she wanted a drink. Oh God, her inner party demon probably is frightening. Whoa. The offerings available weren't to Amanda's liking. I have no clue what fine alcoholic beverages she expected. Some Dom P, baby! She got rather upset about it and then picked a can. She insisted that I open it because she was underage. What? I was underage too, so I just confusedly opened the can and handed it to her, and watched as she took a sip and made a face. Oh, that's cute. I remember my first beer. Half a beer later, Amanda declared herself drunk. I told her that unless she had a medical condition, there was zero chance that she was drunk on that little booze. But she insisted she was a cheap drunk. And OP, you don't know how my body works. She was totally drunk. Okay, whatever, Amanda. Then you're drunk. She decided to switch to cans of soda for the rest of the night. God, this is pathetic. As the party began to kick up, a brother that I knew invited a few of us upstairs to play video games in the living room. I decided to go, but Amanda stayed behind. This was a blatant break of my role as mother hen, but I was sick of Amanda, and I knew enough people there that I figured it was probably safe. Yes, safe for Amanda, but not safe from Amanda. You know what I'm talking about? We were playing for a while when one of the brothers came up to me and discreetly said, there's an issue with your girl. I knew he meant Amanda, but we'd only been there an hour and a half. What could be the issue? Amanda had sprawled across a couch, the only other occupant sitting on the arm and doing his best to ignore her. Her bra was in her hand, her shirt up around her neck, bulked to the back like a cape. Bro, this is horrible. Oh my God. Okay, tell me about Amanda's terrible boobs, please. She had her chin pressed to her chest, lips pulled into a scowl, arms crossed across her stomach, and was glaring across the room.
Holy mother of God!
Why is it like this? From half a beer, what are you doing? OP says, now, I'm a body positive person. I have good friends who own a nudist camp, and I've even gone before. I don't think boobs are necessarily schmexual things, and I support breastfeeding in public, etc. And while Amanda didn't look bad topless, she didn't look like she was having any fun either. Her body language, the shirt, the whole scene just reminded me of maybe an Alzheimer's patient getting naked and then not understanding why they're in trouble. Oh my God, dude. I'm dying inside. This is the cringe that I've wanted. I'm telling you, this series is so good. It apparently was weird to everyone else too. And a few frat brothers asked me to get her to put her shirt back on as I passed by them. I came up to her and said, "Hey, Amanda. Hey, buddy. Oh, why aren't you wearing your clothes?" Amanda looked at me like I was stupid.
It was a party. This is what you're supposed to do.
No. Just take a social cue from everybody around you for once in your life. I pointed around the room at all the clothed people talking and dancing and staring at her in a mix of confusion and amusement. This wasn't that kind of party. Then Amanda claimed
She was totally drunk.
despite speaking clearly. I asked if she had had anything else to drink, and of course she hadn't. I managed to get her back into her shirt and tucked her boulder holder into my purse. Yeah, please put those orangutan tatas away, okay? Nobody came here to see that. Thankfully, another girl wasn't feeling well, so I decided to wave over the most sober girl there and ask her to take over as mother hen while I took the two home. Amanda walked without a stagger the entire way home, and then asked if she could hook her laptop up to my internet, and spent the rest of the night just clicking around. God damn, dude. There's no fixing it. Amanda woke up late the next day and sat hooked up to the internet. I think she was file sharing because I was penalized afterwards and had my internet choked off. Oof. For the next week, I found myself answering questions about what the hell was up with that weird girl at the party. At least she didn't go to the big event. You did a good thing by keeping her on the training wheels. And yeah, like I said, she fell flat on her face. After this, I gave up on trying to make Amanda normal. Basically, I decided to keep on good terms with her, but limit contact to AIM when our families got together. As an epilogue, years later at her parents' reunion, she would flag me down and have me tell her all about the time she visited my crazy party school and got so drunk that she was running around topless. Is that how your mind has warped this situation? Jesus. The way her brain works is just fascinating in the most terrifying way. This was followed with snide comments about how
she didn't think anyone actually learned anything there because the parties were so crazy and the people were so stupid and the classes were so bad.
And then you slapped her in the mouth, right? At least I got a college degree, you lazy do-nothing. And I'm pretty sure that's how it's gonna go for Amanda for the rest of her life. It makes me a little depressed, but I'm not too surprised about it, all things considered. So that's what we got for Amanda. We got probably 1-2 more videos left of this series, and I will be sad to see it come to a close, but man, it is so good. That's the nice part. We can go back and revisit it anytime. So I thank you guys for watching, especially this far. If you have, please like, comment, subscribe on the video, share it around. I appreciate you. Links in the description, many things, Twitch, Twitter, Discord, TikTok, whatever you want. I'm around. We've also got a link for my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons over on Patreon. There's YouTube channel members, the little join button to the bottom left or right of the video. I guess it's right for you, left for me because I'm talking to you. But please support if you can, and especially, I hope you'll come back tomorrow, and hang out with us again. Keep yourself safe out there, wash your hands. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, friends, bye-bye.